Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Been a little while since I posted a video or two. Just been taking it a bit easier. The weather's also been, we had some good weather, so I was getting out and about, and then the weather turned really wet, so I'm both ends of the spectrum, and really now turned the corner. Kind of looking forward to the winter break. Definitely got some fuel left in the tank. I don't feel absolutely exhausted, but I am looking forward to a little change in the pace, and pretty soon now we're getting a lot of animals off the farm. Broilers are pretty much done. We'll start to do the turkeys, process them off, the pigs, and we'll be getting sheep off the farm, so really getting geared up to get into winter mode over the next 4 weeks or so. 4 to 6 weeks, get a lot of animals off the farm and start to get the ground rested for a long winter period. And so I'll just give you a little look at what we've been up to. Just doing a spot of mackerel fishing, just started. Got one little mackerel, and I just see the dolphins going past. Just a little update on our pond project. You can see we're after a big downpour of rain, and the water's all backed up here and all around here. Now I had hoped to get this done earlier in the year, but I have a few other projects that I'm going to need the digger for when I have it here, and some of them require a lot of investment, so I'm kind of waiting until I have some money saved up to invest in those projects and get the machine in and do it all in one go. So the pond's kind of on hold until probably another month or so, until I get organized. But just basing on the amount of catchment that's coming into this pond, I am going to need a decent sized spillover just to be safe. So I'm thinking about that at the minute, and how I will accommodate any spillover in massive downpour events, so that it doesn't breach the dam and take the dam down. It's been raining like this pretty much for 2 days now, and that's almost becoming typical this time of year. Got a lot of rain down in the last 2 days. Hopefully it dries up and the weather doesn't stay wet, because what will happen is the ground will just get saturated and it'll make it very difficult for a lot of the poultry operations. Now thankfully our turkeys only have another maybe 2 weeks and they'll get processed. The same with our pigs. We've only got about another 2 weeks of broilers, so thankfully I think I've learned from previous years and I've got the timing pretty good, but still our layers will be, we want to get as long as possible out with our layers, and this kind of weather doesn't help. and we got us a flood here. I mean, less than 2 weeks ago, about 8 days ago, it was just a trickle running down here, and now that's all run off. And that's why I don't put a permanent fence along here, because if this river floods the banks, I'll probably take my fence away. Whereas if I just use a temporary fence, well, I can take it down the temporary fence when I'm done. And even if it did come a flood through and I took away a couple of these posts, it's no big loss. But the pigs are in here, but they can go way off up onto high ground up there, so they're safe enough. That's all, and you can see the colour of the water. That's all soil eroding. And hopefully, I know there's some of that probably coming from my farm too, but every year it's getting less and less as we get better cover. And I'm doing my best to make sure that my farm isn't heading off down there. Just here with the turkeys, and we'll start to get these processed I'd say in the next week or two, and we'll do them in a few batches so that we can facilitate different weights. We do a small, medium, large, kind of 11 pound, 13 pound and 15 pound average weight. Gobbledygos are working great. I've just moved them, so we've been in here for 2 days and I just moved the gobbledygo. We'll do one more day in here and then we'll move into this, and you can see the kind of job they're doing. So this is what the ground looks like before. It's quite heavy rushes and quite heavy, and they just come in and annihilate it all. And so this is practically the same as mulch as topping, except rather than using a depreciating tractor that's burning diesel and oil, we're using appreciating turkeys. And we get a beautiful product at Christmas and we get happy turkeys. Isn't that right, mate? If we walk back here, I'll show you what the last paddocks look like. So we've been on this bit here it's about a week and a half ago, and it looked just like this to the left. It was all rush, and you can see now I've flattened all the rushes and the regrowth is starting to come, and it's mainly grasses that are coming. I don't really see many new rush shoots. There is some, of course, like here's one here, but as percentage, the last time we grazed through here it was coming back about 50 rush, 50 grass. It looks way more like 75-25 to me. It's a bit early, but as you can see up here where the gobbledygos were sitting, it's much more grass is coming back than rushes. I'm guessing like it'll come back maybe 75% grasses, 25% rush, maybe a bit heavier. We'll see in another week or two. But this is how we're turning absolutely degraded, not very useful land back into productive land. This is all soaking wet from all the rain. This will dry off and the grass will start to kick in. Still got warm temperatures here. It's like minimum 15 degrees daytime temperature, so we got a bit of a dry spell. You can see here the change in the fence. So the fence was running along here. This has recovered a lot better, and again you can see there is new rush growth coming, but a lot of broadleaf plants coming. A lot of these are pioneering plants still, but grasses are starting to come too. Here's some grasses, so it's definitely positive from my point of view anyway. I think we just keep on this work. Hopefully, I don't think I'll get the whole way around this field with the turkeys before we have to process them all, but my plan maybe is next year to bring an egg mobile in here and use the hens, and the hens now will do a much better job than the turkeys. Even hens will probably flatten this completely. And now I have been keeping the turkeys on this a little bit longer just to help knock it down than I normally would. But yeah, working with nature, guys.